Dom Canzone played 59 games last year, right, in the majors, and he kind of got his feet wet. The next year, he could really break out. You know who that mirrors a little bit? Another guy who came over from the Diamondbacks after a short stint in the big leagues to the Mariners, and then at age 26, broke out. That was Mitch Haniger. Haniger, to be exact, he played 34 games with the Diamondbacks in 16, got traded over in the offseason, and then went off. That was long ago. He is now back in Seattle, as we all know. He is going to be the left-handed side of the platoon, one way or another, whether it's with Canzone or Raley. He's going to hit lefties. It's their way to optimize his strengths and also keep him healthy. But first and foremost, I'm so happy Mitch is back. Like, you can just tell the difference he already makes on a team of what's a lot of young players with the experience he has, the success he's had, and just how well-liked he is in the organization.
Mitch Haniger was the guy they were missing last year. Like, just the guy in the clubhouse to keep everyone in check. That was the one major concern from last year's team, that there was no leadership on the team, that there was no one who was ingrained in the team for a long enough time who also happened to be a veteran. And I wouldn't say predictably, but they didn't live up to performance, and a lot of the young guys struggled. Julio, most importantly. How important would have Mitch Haniger been to last year when Julio's going through his sophomore year slump? It probably would have been a pretty significant impact. But it's not only Mitch's impact on the field, but it's like Mitch's impact and his personal life off the field. Like, reading all this stuff about Mitch Haniger and signing his deal with the Giants. In the early part of last year, Mitch Haniger would play his game with the Giants, go home and watch the Mariner game. That's what he would do. You think he wanted to be in Seattle? Yeah, a lot. What kind of impact does that make, the fact that Mitch Haniger no longer has to go home and watch a different major league team on his television after the game is over? The amount of the amount of focus he can put on one singular team and on his preparation and on his health to impact this club. I really like this role for Mitch, because Mitch is most likely done being an everyday player, I think. Not that his bat is not good enough, but his health does not allow it. It does not allow it. He's had some fluky injuries in his career. He had some back and oblique issues last year, which when they spring up, they're tough to get rid of, and they're tough to swing through a season. And Mitch Haniger's missed time last year really showed that. But now he's not going to have to worry about that. He's going to get true days off where he's going to sit on the bench. He might pinch hit, but that's it, because the Mariners more likely than not won't get many DH days for Mitch Haniger. They won't throw him in center field like they did in his first stint. He's going to be a right fielder and a pinch hitter this year for the Mariners against primarily lefties. And the platoon splits, as he's aged, have gotten a little more discreet. Even though if you dial it back to 2021, they were pretty even. Same with 2018 in his best season as a Mariner. They were pretty even. Used to be like that. Not anymore for Mitch Haniger. So his role this year is going to be crucial, because he's going to need to play well, but he's also going to need to play well in short spurts with not being able to get in the rhythm of playing every single day.
You got to give credit to the Mariners, because they know with the lineup they've acquired and pieced together, there are guys on this team who are injury prone, and credit to the M's. They're doing everything they can to keep guys healthy and on the field. They know Mitch Garver gets injured. They say, look, Mitch, you're not going to catch anymore, or at least unless it's an absolute emergency, you're DHing. We're going to keep you healthy. We're going to keep your bat in the lineup because we need you. We need you too, Mitch Haniger. So how can we do that? You're going to hit lefties, which is your strength. You'll play half the games. You'll pinch hit. You'll have more days off. You can stay healthy. If they can do that, that is imperative, because you cannot lose all these guys at the same time, or you're going to be really reaching for impact out of guys that you weren't previously relying on. You are relying on Mitch Haniger and Mitch Garver and Jorge Polanco and players like that to make an impact. So if there are ways that you can optimize their health, do it. And the Mariners are doing it. So to have Mitch play in this role and get back to Seattle, be a clubhouse leader, it's perfect. And look, the way he's played this spring, the guy's OPSing like 1450, which I'm sure will not carry over to the regular season. But if he can play in this role and be a 110 to 115 WRC plus guy, you won't hear a word out of me. I'll tell you what, that is everything they could have bargained for and more out of Mitch.
It's always good to have a number 17 in teal, isn't it?
It is. It is. Some say he might be superior to another 17. A 17 he took away an extra base hit from earlier this week on the Dodgers.
Wasn't that almost over the? Wasn't that over the wall? Wouldn't that been a homer? Was it close?
I don't think it was a homer. I think it would have been like a double.
It was close. It was close.
But in conclusion, Mitch better than Shohei, confirmed here on the Marine Layer Pod. Sorry, not sorry.
People are saying. Well, high expectations for this Mariners outfield this year. It's going to be a fun group if they can all stay on the field. And for the first time in a while, I mean, you have 4 guys you all look at and say, these guys can all impact the game in multiple ways, whether it be bat, defense, speed, and youth, too. You have the combination of everything. Like Luke Raley, for example, this will be only his second full big league season.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting.
It is. Last thing before we move on, and this is not statistically driven or anything like that. This is just a vibes thing and a feel-good thing. I can't wait to see Mitch get announced on opening night, see the ovation he gets. People are going to be fired up to see him back in Seattle. We've already seen it in Arizona, the types of ovations he's gotten. It's going to be different when he's back at T-Mobile.